Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me this evening. It's the evening where I am. This is just a little impromptu video that I'm doing because it's been kind of in my head for the last hour or two. I was looking at social media earlier and I got some rather disturbing news. And as you see by the title of this video, I'm not sure if you're aware of who this man is. Thich Nhat Hanh, and you know what, I always read his stuff. I'm never sure if I pronounce the name correctly, but I just want to tell you a little bit about him and introduce you. And then, as you can see, I'll tell you the purpose of this video. Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm going by the website where he has a mindfulness practice center now. Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh is a global spiritual leader, poet, and peace activist, revered throughout the world for his powerful teachings and best-selling writings on mindfulness and peace. His key teaching is that through mindfulness we can learn to live happily in the present moment, the only way to truly develop peace, both in oneself and in the world. I'll go down a little bit, just a little bit more about his biography. He's Vietnamese. He's a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who was very active during the Vietnam War. In fact, he made trips to the United States. He did a couple of talks on comparative religion. And it was in 1966 that he finally met Dr. Martin Luther King. And Dr. King nominated him for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1967. But for some reason, I think he wasn't supposed to say it in a certain way, Dr. King, and there was no prize given that year. But this is how much Dr. King valued Tay. I think they call him Tay. I've seen in videos they call him Tay. Sorry, I've got my notes here. Hopefully this will. This Plum Village it's a monastery. It's a retreat in the south of France. And it's somewhere, you know, I've been aware of Tay. I'm going to say Tay. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and I'm not even sure if that's his nickname, but it's easier than going through the whole thing. Plum Village is just this beautiful place that he established in the south of France. And I've always thought, you know, that maybe things would get going. I'd have a little extra chunk of cash, but especially since I began on my journey. I mean, this guy carried me before I even began this journey. But before that, I really wanted to go to Plum Village, and I still would. This is just to let you know why. I'll tell you. This is the thing that was shared on Facebook that made me aware of this today. And this is from one of the Dharma teachers and mindful life counselors at I guess at his center. But anyway, it's like, dear brothers and sisters, our beloved teacher is not well. There's an infection in his lungs. He cannot sleep, and until he ate a little yogurt today, he had not eaten for 3 weeks. His energy is very low. Even so, he gave a 20-minute discourse yesterday on the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path to his spiritual children during the Italian retreat. Plum Village asks that we pray for Tay, that we practice sitting and/or walking meditation in order to calm ourselves. We can visualize his kind face and compassionate heart as we send him energy. We are asked to inform our sanghas. We must stay calm and strong so we can help him. Love and trust. You know, we talk about, especially, and I've mentioned this before in this raw vegan world, you hear this guru thrown around quite casually. You know, somebody that's eaten a certain way for 4 or 5 years is your guru. I mean, if I have a guru, this is my guru, and he's been my guru for over 20 years. He was my guru even though I've never met him, because this is a beautiful human being. I mean, I didn't even have to have the consciousness I have now to see that before. Even before I got anywhere on this path, when I was dirty as hell, I still saw what was in him. I've read several of his books. I've got actually, I've had them out looking at them. This is a great book, Pieces Every Step. On my iPad, I have The Miracle of Mindfulness. And I mean, this is just a guy that his whole life has been devoted to the service of others, to loving others, to caring for others. And you know what? I hope he recovers. I hope he gets better. I so wish for him not to suffer, but it can't be that sad of an occasion. I mean, Tay is 88 years old. He's lived a good life. He's lived a life that anybody would be proud of, even though with his no ego, I'm sure he doesn't even know pride. I'd like to read. I picked a few of my quotes. I quote him quite a bit, and I just wanted. I picked out 3 that I really enjoy out of all of them, and there's so many. It's hard, but I just grabbed a few real quick before I did this video. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. That's a good one there. Breathing in, I calm body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is the only moment. It's all about right now. We've talked about that. I've done videos on this, and that's where, and I'm sure I mentioned it in the video, but that's where my concept of mindfulness came. He planted that seed a long time ago, and even though that seed wasn't cultivated for a long time, it remained dormant. It didn't die. And all it took was a little bit of a change of consciousness and a little bit of watering and a little bit of care, and I understand more. And the last one I've got is just, it's all about the love with this guy. That's all he's ever talked about, love and peace. Peace and love. Now we say that a lot, you know, peace and love. That's a cool thing to say, peace and love, but this man is peace and love. Through my love for you, I want to express my love for the whole cosmos, the whole of humanity and all beings. By living with you, I want to learn to love everyone and all species. If I succeed in loving you, I will be able to love everyone and all species on earth. This is the real message of love. My meditation practice has been a little, it's been non-existent for the last few months. So tonight I'm going to say a prayer for Tay. And I'm going to get a good night's sleep, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going back to sitting meditation, and I'm going to meditate on this beautiful soul that's been on this planet for 88 years. And I'm just going to meditate that he knows no suffering, on what he has done in his life. I'm going to visualize his face, and I'm just going to try to send as much loving energy to him as possible. And that's why, you know, just like they sent that message out, like, if you know the guy, definitely please pray for him. Please sit in meditation. Please do a walking meditation. Whatever your thing is for sending him some energy, let's give some energy back to this man that's given so much to the world and to the peace-loving community. Anyhow, thanks for listening to me tonight, and many blessings to all of you. I love you.